Hi guys, good morning. Today is Monday, December 3rd. And I'm taking a pregnancy test this morning. I have been taking pregnancy test, first response, early result pregnancy test, which you'll see a ton of people abbreviate as FRER, FRER. A lot of people who are like chronic testers, they refer to them as FRER. I've been taking first response early result test ever since I was 6 days past ovulation, because that's like the legit earliest possible time you could get a positive, but it's super rare to get a positive at that time. I mean, it'd be like bizarre to get a positive that early, but on this website that I use called Countdown to Pregnancy, there was like 3% of women got positives on 6 days past ovulation. And maybe their dates were off, because that would be kind of hard. I feel like when you get pregnant, the fertilized egg doesn't even implant into your uterus until between 6 and 12 days past ovulation. So it'd be really hard to get a positive right away like that. But I've been testing every day since then, and I've been tracking on Instagram. I've taken a picture of my morning test every single morning. And I've posted it on Instagram, and they've been stark negative 6, 7, 8, 9 days past ovulation was yesterday for me. I felt like maybe I saw like a little bit of a positive line on the test, but it was so faint that I was just like, no, I don't think there is. And then when I got home, I realized, because we were at a resort this past weekend for my daughter's first birthday, and I realized I had left a box of pregnancy tests at the resort, and I was going to test this morning, which today is 10 days past ovulation, and I wanted to take one last night too, but I didn't have any because I left the box there, and we had like road tripped all the way back from Dallas, and I didn't feel like going out to buy a new pack of first response. So I took a test on these little dipsticks, and now that it's dry, like you can barely see it, and especially since there's a dye run across it, that just means that some dye got trapped. It's like a horizontal line. Some dye got trapped in this test, but this morning it looked like there was a shadow of a second line. Of course, now I'm second guessing myself, but this is the test that the bottom one, the top one was from last night, and the bottom one was from this morning, and I felt like I saw a faint line there, which is why I'm filming right now, because I went to the store and bought first response tests. But now I'm really second guessing myself that there's even a line there, because now that it's dry, it doesn't look like there even is, and I feel silly for even turning the camera on. But I'm 10 days past ovulation, and the way that I know how many days past ovulation I am is because I took ovulation test, and also I have ovulation symptoms. I get a cramp on one side when I ovulate. I have fertile cervical fluid, and my libido goes through the roof. And so I know the time that I'm fertile. But I also was taking the ovulation test, and you ovulate 12 to 24 hours after your strongest positive ovulation test. And so Thanksgiving, I had my strongest positive. So the day after that, I marked as my ovulation day, which was a Friday. And let me see what day it was. Not that it matters, but just for the hell of it, why don't I just tell you? It was, Thanksgiving was November 22nd, so I marked November 23rd as my ovulation day. So I'm 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, I'm 10 days past ovulation today. I got a positive, like a faint positive when I was pregnant with Adeline at 8 days past ovulation. With Skyla, I don't know really, because I wasn't tracking ovulation, so I don't really know. I just took a test whenever Ovia told me to, because that's the app I was using. I don't use Ovia anymore. I use Clue and Glow. Those two, and I love, not Glow. I don't use Glow anymore. I used to use Ovia and Glow, and now I use Clue and Flow. I guess I'll just write that in the description bar in case you guys want to download those apps and try them out for yourself. But I'm nervous now. I'm nervous there's not going to be anything there, and I don't know. For those of you who are new here, I had a miscarriage in September, so I've been tracking because I want to know the very second that I get pregnant, because I want to start going to get blood tests to make sure that my hormone levels are right, including progesterone, because if your progesterone is off, it can, I think it can cause a miscarriage. But there are also, you can just have miscarriages for any number of reasons, but usually it's just, there's nothing that you can do about it. It's just something that's wrong with the, like it's a chromosomal abnormality and the pregnancy isn't sustainable, so your body naturally takes care of it. Yeah. So I feel like I've been talking for at least 3 minutes now. I don't want to look at the test. I saved my pee from when I woke up, because that's supposed to be the strongest. So hopefully it still works. I guess if it's not positive, I'll try again. Maybe the pee's been sitting out too long. That's kind of sick. I don't want to look at this test. I think I'm gonna be upset if it's not positive, because I was expecting it to be, and then I got home and I saw these dip tests and it doesn't look like it's positive anymore. Okay. There's a faint line. Yeah, it's there. I don't think y'all are going to be able to see it on camera, but it's there. The dye hasn't even gone all the way through yet, and it's definitely there. I'm pregnant. We're gonna have a third baby. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous now. I don't want to get my hopes up again. I'm just scared of having another miscarriage. I don't think y'all are going to be able to see it on this camera. Maybe when, here I'm going to try and find some better light, but maybe when the dye goes all the way through, you'll be able to see it. Oh my God. Hard because it was really hard. Every time before this time, every time before I got pregnant in September, which was, I only was pregnant twice. Before I got pregnant in September, I had a full, healthy pregnancy. You know, everything went just perfectly. So when I got pregnant in September, I thought that the same thing was going to happen. And then, if you guys don't follow me regularly, about a week and a half later, it was about 9 days later, I knew that I was going to have a miscarriage, because I had started bleeding and the bleeding kept getting heavier, and then my pregnancy test kept getting lighter, and then I ended up having a miscarriage. And I was okay, because I already have 2 daughters, and I know that there are people out there who try for years and years and years, and they still haven't become pregnant, or they just keep having miscarriage after miscarriage, or they go really far in their pregnancy and then lose the baby. And then there's people who have stillbirth, and it's just, I felt like I recovered from it well, knowing how blessed I was to have what I have, and that it was such an early miscarriage. And so I was okay. I just, if it happens again, I don't know like if I can be that okay, because one time is one time, but 2 times just I feel like I'm already starting out negative, but I don't know how to not be. There. It makes me like emotional to even look at the line. Okay, so I want to end this video on a positive note. I don't want to be just a mess. I've got to tell Nick. I wonder if he's gonna have this reaction. I think Nick took it hard too, so I don't know how his reaction's gonna be. I don't even know if it's gonna be something that I will share, because depending on how his reaction is, like, we'll see. I don't know how I'm gonna tell him, but I'm gonna tell him tonight when he gets home. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the video. I'll see you in my next one. Maybe it'll be me telling Nick, maybe it won't, I don't know. Bye.